I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for the Inglewood City Council, the successor agency, the Housing Authority, the Finance Authority, and the Parking Authority?
A quorum is present for City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, and Finance and Parking Authority.
Any persons wish to address the City Council on any matter on today's agenda may do so at this time.
Good afternoon. Gil Matthews asked me to ask you to articulate on the residential sound insulation question marks, whether those would be single-family homes or, if you would specify during the meeting, whether those would be apartment complexes or to have a staff report. And he also suggested that perhaps we should, of course, always reconsider moving the meetings back to a time when the working people of this community can attend at 7 o'clock as they were for many years. Of course, the additional question, because you know he's always been concerned about the ROPs or the redevelopment funding issues. How is it that they are articulated under the payment registers, even though you have the payment register or warrant register in multiple places? He does not see that. So ask that you do some kind of a little synopsis about that.
One more time, could you, his second question, I didn't quite grasp it.
Would that be meetings at 7 p.m.?
No, that was the first one. The second one
No,
about
actually,
the
I
place.
think I started with sound insulation. But sound insulation, the ROPS, and meeting times.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments? How are we doing? Okay, in a moment, we're going to have a special presentation. Madam Clerk, item 1, CS1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Move allow payment.
Second.
Madam City Clerk,
Council, City Council, Successor Agency, and Housing Authority members, Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin,
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Budds.
aye. The consent calendar, items 2 through 8.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk,
Council members, Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin,
Aye.
Mayor Budds.
aye. And to answer Gil Matthews' question, I believe that there are some multiple family. These are all homes. Oh, they're all single family. Excuse me, I stand corrected. They're all single family homes.
50 and 48.
So let Gil know that. We've already done CS1, number 1 and H1. CSA 2,
Approval of the Successor Agency minutes for the meeting held on September 12th and September 19th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam City Clerk,
Successor Agency members, Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin,
Aye.
Chairman Budds.
aye. We have done H1, number 1 and CSA 1. H2,
Approval of the Housing Authority minutes for the meeting held on September 12th and September 19th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam City Clerk,
Housing Authority members, Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin,
Aye.
Chairman Budds.
aye. F1,
Approval of the Finance Authority minutes for the meeting held on September 12th and September 19th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second. Madam Clerk,
Finance Authority members, Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Budds.
aye. P1,
Approval of the Parking Authority minutes for the meeting held on September 12th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk,
Parking Authority members, Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Budds.
aye. Okay, we're going to do public comments regarding other matters. Any persons wishing to address the council on other matters not covered in the agenda may do so at this time.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Odess Riley, a business owner and longtime resident. I just wanted to talk about from Thursday from 6 to 7:15 p.m. We're going to be starting a Toastmasters in Inglewood. For me, it's something that I feel is very important for people to learn how to speak in the public. It was something that helped me take my career to the next level, and with Inglewood growing and all these things happening, it might be something that residents are interested in. So that's November 9th from 6 to 7 p.m. In my office, 111 North La Brea. There'll be some flyers outside if anyone's interested.
Well, if that's how you learned Odessa, I'm coming too. 'Cause I want to learn to talk like you.
I'll get you down, Bob.
All right. Is there any other public comment? Mr. Parker, welcome.
Alonzo Parker Jr., Vietnam veteran, conscious objector, 1966-67. My phone number is 323-842-3363. You all know me. Laughed, or I'd laugh too. Call my number. You read it in the paper every day. The VA is a rogue terrorist operation. It always has been. It came out of the old soldiers' home, became a part of the president of the Congress when they started going to finance on compensation. Cabinet under Reagan, who had Alzheimer's, which means Bush Sr.'s the one who was CIA, did all this mess. Call me. All this digital stuff they're promoting, all this crap that's going on, they deliberately undermine this country. This is treason, ladies and gentlemen. It's not ethics. They're telling you ethics.
Good time,
This is
Mr. Parker.
treason. Nobody in this country.
Mr. Parker,
From the lowest of the low to the highest of the high,
Thank-
including you, Class.
thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sir, please step forward.
Good afternoon. My name is Alan Spellman, and I'm a resident of Inglewood. I have a problem with getting a job in my own community. You guys have set up a program with the Ram Stadium, yet there's no hiring of 30% of the residents in this community. I've been going here every day since July, and I haven't received a call back. And when they do go to jobs out here in the community, not to say take anything from the Latino brothers, but there's always Latinos, no blacks there. Every time I go there, we get fired. The first ones get fired. There's no black foremans. There's no type of authority of black people on these sites, on construction sites. So I think, and plus when we go there, they speak Latino. We don't speak none of that Latino, and we have a problem communicating. So therefore, when we communicate with our bosses there, they have a tendency to fire us. So my question is, how can we obtain a
Thank you,
job?
sir. With that, we'll close public comment. We have a special presentation by Michael Wegman. He's going to make a presentation to the Housing Trust Fund. Wegman?
Hello, I'm Michael Wegman. Special in Inglewood, and it's not just
Michael, if you want to be heard on TV, you're going to have to stand by that mic over there.
This
That
microphone right here
microphone
at
right
the
there.
podium.
Just stand in front of it and point it towards you. There you go.
All right.
And then you can turn and talk to them.
Okay.
But
All right, super. Next slide. This is the building on Marlboro. This is the before. And then with new windows and treatments, we create an exterior structure to make it look new economically. And we have the heartbeat animated logo. So if you go to the next one. At night, we don't have the video operating right now, but that is a traveling light. And the light can turn colors. So if it's Valentine's Day, it could turn red. If it's 4th of July, it turns red, white, and blue. You can really, I like the idea of bringing more heartbeat to Inglewood. So the next one. This is Palma Drive. There's 9 bungalows. I love this property. It's 9 bungalows and 2 apartments. But it's, I want it, the next slide. We brand it La Palma Bungalows, make Palma famous, and really, I call it modern Mayberry. If you remember Andy Griffith, back in the day, picket fences, really special. Next slide. This is Home on the Prairie. We go through this one, the next one. This is what it is today. And the next slide, this is what it can be. Next slide. And then again, so we just make it, it's already there. You just have to shine what I call shining the gold. It's already here. The next slide is a night version, and then there's a traveling heartbeat along the front awning. It's a little too small to see there, but you can see what we will do with it, and keep going. Great, so I think that might be my time. Next, if I can be re-invited, I have a video to show people we're having some technical difficulties, but
glad to have you back.
yeah, there's so much, there's really great things here, and I want to just make it greater.
Yeah, but Mike, we want to get to the money now.
Oh, the money, okay. So, always.
Speak at the mic, yeah.
So, it's our pleasure. We look forward to, elevating these properties, and they'll have a higher property tax, which will give more to schools and the parks and recreation. But in addition, we're going to give 4% of our profits back to Inglewood, just because we are. And to kick it off, we're giving $5,000 today.
Yeah, it's all going to D2.
And then last but not least, I really want to thank Millie McDade, who is strikingly beautiful, but even more incredibly talented person. So thank you for believing in me. So, all right, thank you all.
Okay. Eli Morales nominates and I appoint Brett Roberts to the Parking and Traffic Commission.
Move concurrence.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Aye.
Morales?
Aye.
Franklin?
Aye.
Mayor Buds?
Aye. Comments. The city clerk, did you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
Madam City Treasurer, did you have any comments?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Just wanted to alert the council as well as those attending today. I did purchase 2 CDs on behalf of the city. One was with Merrick Bank, and the coupon is 2.25. It's a 5-year CD. And the second CD was purchased for Cross First Bank, and that one is 2.20 coupon, and that's also a 5-year CD. And also just want to special thanks to the mayor who spoke to the city treasurer student interns last week and gave a very good overview of our new executive conference room. They were very impressed with that. And we have a pretty big group this time, about 47 students, so it was a very large group. And also special thanks to Councilman Padilla, who will be paying for the pizzas
My pleasure, too.
for this Thursday's group.
My pleasure.
And it's a very good group, so we met in the lecture hall for the first meeting, and we'll be meeting in the Community Room A for the remainder of 3 meetings. So it's a very, very, very good group. They have 9th through the 12th grade. 2 6th graders found out about it. Actually, 3 6th graders found out about it, and they were just so desperate to be in the group. We also included them also. But basically, it's the 9th through the 12th. And we will be touring the police department this coming Thursday, so that's going to be very exciting, as well as ITC. So again, special thanks, to the council and their support, and to Mayor for his tremendous overview of the city and also his responsibilities. That concludes my comments and my remarks.
Thank you, Madam City Treasurer. Council remarks, Councilman Dodson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Inglewood moves forward. I was able to attend a Halloween celebration at the Center of Hope this past Halloween. Wonderful turnout. They were able to block off part of the street. And what I like about it, they really involved the kids in the community. If you lived in the community, you could come over and participate. So there was no reason for a child to be left behind. They did a wonderful job on that. I want to commend the Center of Hope for their commitment to the neighborhood and the children, because they did a wonderful job with it. D1 is having a Christmas toy drive on December the 7th. Please put that on your calendar. We'd like everybody to participate in it. The schools I will be partnership will be Kelso and Warren Lane this year. And we'll be having the program at St. Mary's Academy. So put that on your calendar, December the 7th, 6 to 8 p.m., St. Mary's Academy. Thank you very much, and everybody have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you, Mayor. All right, I guess I'll go. So last Saturday, I had the opportunity to go to the Friends of the Inglewood Public Library's annual meeting. It was held in the District 2 Community Center. This is a nonprofit organization that does so much good work to help our libraries continue to reach out to our residents and our children in the community. So I want to thank Sue Corleo for her leadership, and she was reelected to run the organization for another year. So if you get a chance to join, again, it's the Friends of the Inglewood Public Library, and it's a great organization that does so much. Actually, on December the 9th, they're going to be doing a book sale here at the library to raise funds. So if you get a chance, come on by and visit them. And when you're through doing that, come down to the community center, because that's when I'm going to be having my District 2 toy drive to give back to the community here in the city of Inglewood. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of going to the chamber, thanks to Eric Hawley, because they held the small business owners meeting there, and it was very well attended. We have a lot of businesses that are in Inglewood and that want to come to Inglewood. So it was a great opportunity to do some networking and to be able to talk about how they can grow their business and move it forward here in the city of Inglewood. I also had the pleasure, and I'm going to let Councilman Morales touch on it more when he speaks, to get together with the mayor and the Councilman Morales and Councilman Dotson last week with our sister city from Mexico. So I'll let Councilmember Morales touch on that, as he actually spearheaded that and put it together. That being said, next Thursday, council members are going to be with the mayor. We'll be at Faithful Central Church at, I believe it's 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock?
9 to 12.
9 to 12 for the turkey giveaway. So for those families that are in need, please contact your council members so they can put you on the list. It's a limited number, so please make sure you reach out to your individual council member and the mayor's office if you're interested. That being said, I want to thank all the veterans for their service and their sacrifice. This coming Saturday is Veterans Day. I always say every day is Veterans Day, because I pray for our vets that are here, the ones that have
that have paid the ultimate sacrifice every day. I pray for them and for their families, and for the ones especially overseas that are making it safe for us to make it home safe to their family and loved ones. That being said, you know, when you're out there on Saturday, just give yourself a moment of silence to pay respect to the men and women in the military. Thank you so much, and enjoy your week.
Councilman Franklin, District 4.
Yes, I'll just add a couple more items. I want to make sure I reach out to the City of Inglewood's Police Department, because on October 28th, right here in front of City Hall, we had Drug Take Back event. This was an opportunity for people that had prescription drugs that either have expired or they have changed their prescription and they no longer need it, to avoid it being dumped into toilets or improperly disposed of. They had the police department and another drug agency here that assisted us, and it was a great success. Over 80 pounds of prescriptions was accumulated for that one event, and we're planning to do it again, or they're planning to do it again in the spring of next year. Finally, I just want to recognize the Environmental Charter Middle School, which is right there in the city of Inglewood at the Lutheran Church. They've expanded their campus, and there was a special ribbon cutting ceremony this past Saturday. It was well attended, and again, they focus a lot on ecology. So the food that was being served came from their gardens. So we had kale and collard greens and tomatoes and all. It was a nice festive event. That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Franklin. Councilman Morales, District 3.
Thank you. Just a couple brief comments, Mayor. The Rams were at Oak Street Elementary this morning, along with the mayor and myself. What they had was a event to honor the veterans as well. They were going into the classrooms and having children write the notes so that they could then mail them out to our servicemen that are deployed at this time. And it just another reminder of what it means to have something at that category be in our city. I mean, it was something that is, you know, every time when you see it, you know, there was actual football players out there and how the kids connect with them. So it was a beautiful day on that. Alex mentioned the sister city. It's Jiquilpan, Michoacan. And they came by, they were here for a week. I guess the governor was down here in terms of they are spearheading a program, which is a great program. It's a program that when immigrant families here haven't seen their parents, if they migrated from Mexico here and they haven't seen their parents for about 20 years, they facilitate their visas and their travel to get them here, and then they have an event where they unite them and they get to stay with their family for a number of days before they have to go back. So it's just a reminder how fortunate we are to always be around our parents and our family, that we have them here, and how some families make great sacrifices to do better for their family. So that was just a beautiful event. Aside from that, it gave them the opportunity to kind of share with us. You know, you forget how big what's happening in this city is. They hear it all the way over there. You know, the Rams Stadium and everything that's happening in the city of Inglewood is something that they hear about, and they tell me that they've taken great pride in the fact that they're our sister city. So to hear it from someone else and they want to hear how it happened is an amazing moment for the entire city to enjoy. And then finally, of course, I'd like to pay my respects to the veterans for their service and sacrifice as well. And I know we'll all have some events to go to this weekend. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Yeah, I definitely want to start by sending my respect to veterans. Veterans don't have any choice as to where they go and where they fight, but they do it selflessly and courageously. And we have veterans like Mr. Agee and several others in the room. And because of them, we can debate on these trivial things that we debate upon time to time because we have freedom. So thank you to all the veterans in the room, and thank you to all the veterans. Mr. Wegman, I was very impressed with his presentation, and I want to thank Ms. McDade. She was tasked by the city manager with coming up with a concept for a housing trust fund, and she piggybacked on some things that Harjinder Singh had done in other housing areas. And she did more than just prepare a staff report. She went a step further. She went and reached out to Mr. Wegman and encouraged him to reinvest in the city it's unheard of in the city for a developer to commit 4% of their profits back into the city, which we will use to help subsidize affordable housing. And he put his money where his mouth is, and he delivered a $5,000 check. That's not the real one, but he's just to clarify that. But this is really indicative of where the city is going, where we've come from, and where we are. And we want to continue there to be an affordable component of housing in the city, so that, you know, the people that have stuck it out through the tough times that may not be of the means to meet the accelerated housing prices, that they will still have a place to be. I was talking to a realtor who specializes in Westchester just before the council meeting, and he says that Inglewood is suppressing the prices in Westchester because people would rather get the value in Inglewood to buy here. I want to applaud the council for the balance that has been provided to the city, not just being totally focused on prosperity, but also being focused on the overall good for everyone that lives in Inglewood. Never been prouder to be part of any organization than I have the city of Inglewood, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to return. Our city clerk is superlative. Our city treasurer, she provides this class for kids. She doesn't have to do this, and what she does is she gives us a community resource. When I talked to those kids day before yesterday, or was it last week? Last Thursday, they were dialed in like I've never seen a class dialed in before. They understand they're part of something that's relevant and important. And for her to bring them in to the council chambers and to the executive conference room and to speak with the mayor, you could see they were taking it in and thinking about the future. And this, to me, is the most important thing that we can do, is set an example, be role models for these children, to let them know that they matter. They're part of a city that matters, that has dignity and sophistication. So, Madam City Treasurer, I just want to say thank you very much. You've done this for no applause, no accolades. You do it because it's right, and we appreciate you. And most important of all, she's Willie H.'s cousin. Okay, and so we're adjourned.